record a video, it won't be live. What? Weird. I think I'm live. Am I live on there? Hello? I'm gonna wait and see if anyone's joining me. I thought we were having some technical difficulties. Let me know if you can see me. I'm Melissa with Miller's Rustic Sawmill here in King City, Missouri. And yeah, my phone said hi. There's some people, so I must be live. My phone said something about technical difficulties and recording difficulties, so low connectivity or something. So definitely hi. If you're hopping on, say hi. Let me know that you can see me and hear me okay. I am Melissa with Miller's Rustic Sawmill in King City, Missouri. And I see some people. I see your names. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Teresa. Hello. Jennifer from Pittsburgh. Hi, Joy. There we go. There may be a little bit of a lag. Annetta, you are from Missouri. Hi. Thanks for watching tonight, you guys. Thanks for hopping on. I wasn't sure with the live, how many of you have the text and you sent the text, you text live to 81787. I think I have it up in my post. You can get alerts. The Essential Stencil will send you via text message now instead of through Messenger. Hey, Christy, how are you? Hello. Someone said, where's Bucky? Bucky is here.
I'm right here.
He's here. He's sitting here at the computer so he can see your comments tonight, you guys. Hey, from Texas. Hey, Jan. Hello, Nancy. There we go, you guys. Oh, hi, Nicole. Welcome. Hey, if this is your first time watching one of my videos, definitely let me know that you're a first timer and welcome. It's great to meet new people all the time. I know that there are several of you that watch several of us girls here on Essential Stencil. So if it's your first time watching me, welcome. Thank you for watching. I'm a talker. I like to talk. Sometimes I like to talk a little bit more than painting. So anyway, that's why that's that in my header. So, hey, Christy from South Dakota. There you go. They're saying hi, Bucky. Maria says I'm live. That's good. Good. Yeah, look at this, you guys. I have, now, here's the real deal. I need to know, is my wording backwards tonight?
I can't get it to come up.
My husband can't see it. I need to know if I'm still backwards, because I have a thing, I have an old phone, and my words and everything are always backwards. So I tried something and I'm not sure if I figured it out. So you guys are gonna have to let me know if you're still seeing backwards stuff on your end. If not, we're gonna celebrate.
Backwards.
It's backwards? Oh, dang it. Okay, he sees it. Oh, you just happened to see from scrolling. So if you would like to get text notifications, you guys, you can text live to 81787 and that will come through on your phone. No more coming through on Facebook. You'll get a notification right on your phone and it'll let you know whenever someone is going live on Essential Stencil. So hit the share button. There may be some people that are still trying to find us. I'm gonna wait a few minutes, but Tracy, it's your first time. Hey, thank you for joining. Janet, I'm still backwards. Bucky just told me I'm still backwards. I just give up. I do. Thank you guys for hopping on. Kim says I'm backwards. I know, one of these days, whenever my stuff is not backwards, we're gonna have a party. We're gonna celebrate big time. So I did something to my camera and I thought I took care of it, but I just don't think it comes through on the Facebook Lives. So I'm in a sweatshirt. I've got some layers on. It's cold here in Missouri. It's been a little chilly. We're starting winter, I guess early. So there is a lot of information also in my post. So Betty, I don't think that Essential Stencil is sending out notifications in Messenger anymore. So we have a schedule going now. I'm going to be on Tuesdays. Each of us girls kind of went through and picked a day. So you can, I think, find their schedule also on Essential Stencil. So Tuesdays I'm going to be on Essential Stencil Live. Next week it'll be during the day. I'm going to alternate day and evening. So the number to text, I can put it in the comments too. You're going to text the word live and you're going to text it to 81787. So I see Essential Stencil is on here. I think that we can get that in there. So someone will put that on there shortly, I'm sure. So that way you can get notifications right on your phone. So oh, cool, Terry, you did that board with the scriptures. That's awesome. I bet your pastor loved it. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, thank you. I am going to tell you something. Some of you have ordered some of our project bundles. If you don't know what our project bundles are, you can follow Miller's Rustic Sawmill, and you can see what they are over there. We run a sawmill business, so we cut wood, we dry wood, we have different pieces of wood, and I use those a lot on my tutorials and on Essential Stencil because that's what we have. So we started shipping some of these pieces out. So if you're interested in that, you can find more information on our page. But tonight, I wanted to tell you, some of you have wondered if you can seal your board and then paint on it too. So tonight I did that. I sealed my board with Thompson's water sealer and then I stenciled over it. So I went ahead and I used this stencil set. I don't know how many of you have this one, but this is what I call the nativity set. This has the manger scene, it has Oh Holy Night, and then it has Oh Come Let Us Adore Him. And so I went ahead and I did that tonight just to show you guys, you know, what it looks like on top of the sealed wood. I use Thompson's water sealer, which a lot of you ask what I use to seal the wood. I had never sealed any of my boards prior to stenciling on them. So I thought tonight I'll go ahead and try that. And I wanted to have this set kind of done so I could show you. I'm going to show you a couple things before we get started. First, I'm going to show you the board. So this water seal, you're asking how long. This water seal had probably been drying for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours before we came back tonight. So yes, I know this is backwards for you guys, but it says, Oh Come Let Us Adore Him. And I was just going to show you, this is a piece of our walnut from our sawmill. And I used one color on this. And I used, what was it called? It's called Bavarian. This is the color that I used. It's kind of a very soft white, maybe creamish white. So that is all that I did on this board tonight. But I finished it first with my Thompson's water sealer. This set is awesome. So what I was gonna show you, what I am gonna do, I am gonna take, yeah, I've seen some of your pictures of this set. If you guys don't have this set, it's got 3 of the stencils in there, and you can really do a lot with those. So it's got Oh Holy Night. It has that, which I think I can flip it so it's not backwards for you guys. It has that. It has the manger scene, which I put on here tonight. So let me just show you. That's the manger scene. It looks really good in black as well. And then it has also Oh Come Let Us Adore Him. So these, if you like the scriptures and you like the biblical stencils, these are really neat for Christmas time. This is one of my favorite sets. I use this one a lot. And these just go really well together. I could have also here instead of this. So they mix really well. This is all one color, but I'm going to show you what I almost always do to this stencil whenever I use it. I used some Mod Podge and I used some glitter. So yes, I love this set. If you don't have this set, there are also details about ordering. You can always use my code if you don't have this set, or you're gonna order from Essential Stencil. Many of you know the drill, but my 19, and there is a link. So if you're ordering, you definitely might as well save your 10%. But I'm just gonna show you. So I've got this little tiny brush, and I used a makeup wedge to stencil this on tonight before I hopped on. I am gonna do so we are gonna do some stenciling tonight, but I don't ever get to do two sides because I talk too much. So I wanted to kind of pre-do one side, so maybe we have a finished board tonight. And I also wanted to use the sealer and then stencil over it. So it did turn out just fine. But I'm gonna show you. So I'm just gonna get a little bit of Mod Podge on here. I don't stencil, I don't glitter right over my stencil. I do the painting and then I come back with a little brush and some Mod Podge, and that's how I do my glitter. So I'm just gonna glitter some of these stars with a little bit of gold and make it really pop. And you can see I'm not being super neat. I'm doing it upside down. So glitter is very forgiving. That's something that I have told you guys before. If you get to a place where maybe you have done a stencil and you don't like the edges, you don't like the bleeding, maybe it's your first time, or maybe you just were in a hurry. You definitely can always use glitter. So you could always take a little bit of Mod Podge and you could go around it and you could glitter right around that. So I'm just gonna show you what this looks like glittered. It really looks pretty on the wood, and the glitter just makes it pop. So I'm just gonna dump that off right onto my board. I'm gonna shake it around a little bit, and then I'm gonna dump it right onto my plate and just kind of tap it off and blow it off. But you can see there, it just turns out really pretty. So yeah, the glitter makes it really stand out. And so on this board, I could do each of the stars. So sometimes if you've got a little bit of that that's carried over, I just take a dry brush like this that has nothing on it, and you can just kind of clean up your glitter out off of your board if you want to. So you can just brush it away and get rid of it and pull it out of there. Oops. And if you pull some off, you just sprinkle some back on. So it's not a big deal. But that is how that turns out. It turns out really cute. You're making me a glitter lover. Well, it's a good trick. A lot of people are not fans of glitter, but I have found that sometimes, you know, the glitter just will make it something on your board stand out. Like I would probably glitter this and the O as well. So we'll do that because it doesn't take very long to add a little bit of glitter. So I'll show you guys. I'm just gonna get a little bit more Mod Podge. What do you use to keep the glitter on? So after the glitter is on there, I typically will take the Mod Podge spray and just spray right over it. That's what I have done, and I have not had any problems with the glitter coming off. Of course, there's probably always going to be a little bit of loose glitter somewhere, you know, that might come off here and there. But as far as sealing the board, I would tell you to use one of your sprays. Did I put anything on top of the glitter? I haven't yet. Like I was just saying, there is a Mod Podge makes a spray, and so does, there's other different acrylic sprays that if you wanted to use, I would tell you that you could do that. So that looks really good. I have a stencil. You haven't used it yet. Wendy, get that out and use it. You're going to love it. I did not seal the board. I sealed the board prior to, hold on, let me blow, I'm going to blow this off. I sealed my board prior to painting tonight. So I wanted to try that. So there is my other star that has some glitter.
Asked if there was an advantage to sealing it first.
I don't know if there's an advantage to sealing it first. Bucky just said somebody asked that. Honestly, I did it. I sealed it first just to see what would happen, to see if I noticed any difference in my paint or any difference on the wood with the paint. I really didn't notice any difference. So I don't know if there's an advantage, unless maybe it might be with other colors. I just don't know yet. But the wood that we're using is black walnut. So we cut this here in Missouri, and it goes through our mill process, and then it gets dried. And this is typical of the project pieces that we ship out. So if you are in the market for some wood for some of your signs or stencils, check us out. And yes, this is kind of, someone asked if this is like what we sell. It is very much like what we sell. Most of them are, you know, they vary in sizes, but they are about this size. Some of them might be a little wider. Several of you people that are on here I know have ordered from us, and I've seen your signs and they look amazing. So if you are interested in that, most of the pieces are also, like I can tell you that I pick them out. I plane them, and then I usually cut them too. So I cut them to my standard of what is okay for me to use in my shop and what I would use. And this, yes, this is one of them that did not get shipped out. And I'm not sure why. If there was, sometimes, you know, I find things that I see that or, you know, that I don't like, or maybe I don't see any reason why I didn't ship this one out, actually. So I got
selfish.
Yeah, maybe selfish. Sometimes I look through them and I'm like, oh, that one's really, really pretty. So sometimes it's hard to let some of them go. But someone asked if I will seal this again. I probably will spray it with a spray seal just because it has glitter on it. So someone's asking, what would I sell this for? My range for these boards like this, I would probably say $35 to $45, both sides finished. Whenever I get done with this, we put a hanger on them, and then I dress it up with some ribbon, and it's just a one-of-a-kind sign. So I would say anywhere from $35 to $45, depending on how detailed maybe, or how colorful, or if you do anything else to it. I just kind of price my boards individually. So sometimes some of you know that some of the stencils take a lot more time, especially if you're doing some more colorful things. But I'm just showing you tonight something simple. It doesn't have to be colorful. You don't have to be really creative with your colors. You don't have to have a ton of colors. So really simple, a little bit of off-white paint and some glitter and Mod Podge. So, oh, you're working on the candy cane. Awesome. Where do you look for kiln-dried slabs? I have no idea out there. You would probably want to start at a sawmill and ask them if they kiln dry any of their wood.
Make sure they're kiln dry.
There's, yeah, you know, there's a lot of people that we run across that buy wood that's not kiln dried, and they've been told that it is. Well, there's such thing called a moisture tester. So if you're really concerned about the wood that you have, you can you can always test it with a moisture tester. I'm reading Lori's comment. I'm ordering another bundle, so Melissa, I'm trusting you to not be selfish. Well,
I'll watch her for you.
Yeah. Bucky said he'll keep an eye on me. There's a reason. I mean, like, I have a whole pile out at the mill that I have picked out, that I have a stash. So whenever I go out there, it's like, oh, I'm gonna make that, I'm gonna make that, I'm gonna make that. So no, Cheryl, you're not too late. I'm just showing off what I did on one side. I had already done this before you guys came on tonight. So the best way to clean the stencil brushes, someone is asking. I would tell you to put it in a little bit of Dawn dish soap and water after you get done using it. I wash mine with Dawn dish soap and water, just some warm water, and I clean them that way. So, hey Jan, you're on. So yes, I am also making this sign two-sided, and yes, it's backwards too, you guys. It says snow. I know that a lot of you have ordered, you did the pre-order, you've ordered some of the new stencils. Essential Stencil has a lot going on, especially with their Stencil of the Month Club. So that's where I got this awesome apron that I'm wearing. So if you haven't checked out the Stencil of the Month Club, you can check that out too. But I wanted to show you guys, I have a lot of people ask me, you know, if I'm gonna order some stencils, if I'm gonna invest in some stencils for my business, you know, what might I pick? And I always go to, one of my go-tos is the alphabet stencil. So this is the smaller alphabet stencil. And I spelled out the word snow. And I just wanted you guys to see, you know, that if you have the alphabet stencil, they have a smaller one. I think it's 3.5 inch. And that's what I'm using tonight. And you can spell out anything. This board, you know, you can see how big it is. I'm able to fit the word snow on here. So I'm gonna do that in a blue. And yes, I have a lot of the stencils. I have a lot of the vertical stencils. I'm not always making a or a 6-foot porch board. So sometimes I do want to spell something out that is smaller. So those alphabet stencils come in really handy. So that is something that if you don't have the smaller alphabet stencils, I would encourage you to invest in those for your signs or whatever it is that you're making, because you can spell out anything. And I do have the Let It Snow. So just to show you, I did try to fit this on here. I thought, oh, maybe I can fit the word snow on there tonight. And I couldn't. So I broke out my alphabet stencils, and I am going to be using the letters, this is the small alphabet. And they have the 5-inch and they have the 3.5 inch. The 3.5 inch are really nice size. I've used these on my bigger porch board signs to spell out names or different things that I don't have in the vertical stencils. So they are nice. So if you don't have the smaller set, definitely check that out. It's worth your investment. And then I'm also going to mix in with it the Let It Snow has this bonus stencil inside of it that has the snowflakes on it, you guys. So I'm gonna actually do the snow, and then I'm gonna take and I'm gonna layer one of these snowflakes in the O. So I'm gonna try that. I don't know how it's gonna look, but I love the snowflakes, and I think that they can dress up this board a little bit, and I was trying to figure out how I could use them to just add to it. So that's what I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do the word snow using the Essential Stencil brushes, which you guys know if you watch me very much that I typically like to use a roller, or I like to use the makeup wedges. I'm not a huge brush person, but whenever I got the Essential Stencil brushes, their brushes are amazing. So that definitely helped me get over my my lack of wanting to use brushes, because if you have a good stencil brush, it makes all the difference in the world. So the tip, someone says they like, Kim, you like using the roller. I like using the roller too. The roller is one of my favorites. Like our page. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so Bucky says there's a lot of people asking about our wood, asking about our business, asking questions about the board I'm using tonight. Like our page, which is Miller's Rustic Sawmill, and you can message me over there, and we can talk about that. If there's some boards that you're wondering the sizes and stuff on, all of that should be on our page too. You can see the project bundles. Yes, the letters, these are the 3.5 inch alphabet letters. This is the smaller size set. So they have a large set and a smaller set. So yeah, the word is not, it's not backwards on my end. It's backwards because I have an old phone. Someday I'll update my phone, and when I do, you guys will be the first to know because none of my stuff will be backwards then. So I'm gonna use this blue. Yeah, there's a lot, and I talk a lot, Karen, so I'm sorry if I'm overwhelming any of you. There's a lot to talk about, and I feel like sometimes an hour is just not enough time. So I sometimes go over the hour.
She's never gone just an hour.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever gone just an hour. Excuse me. So the color I'm using for the word snow is Apple Barrel brand, and it is called Too Blue, T-O-O blue. And what if you made the O a snowflake instead of overlapping it? Yeah, I could. I don't know if my snowflakes are big enough. You think so? Just to have no O?
No O?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that one.
No O in snow?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my. Now you're confusing Bucky, so let's not do that.
It's scary when that happens.
Yeah, it's scary when that happens. Oh, the right brushes do make all of the difference. Joanne, I'm on every other week. I'll be on it in the evening. So thank you guys for watching. Someone's asking how the store's coming along. It's really not. So we really haven't done much to it at all since we ripped up that floor. We have kind of been at a halt, and I don't know. We've got a little bit more floor to rip up. So I think we've been avoiding it, possibly. That might.
Doing 100 other things.
We've been busy. Yeah, we are always busy. I am going to be using not very much paint. So, yay, Crystal, I'm glad you caught me too. Use the snowflake for the O. You guys are all telling me just to use the snowflake without the O around it. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know. I'm gonna have to
do it.
I'm gonna have to think about it. I'm not even gonna worry about it right now. I'll worry about it whenever I get to the O. So I can't decide. I'm indecisive, just like you guys are. And so, let me see here. I've got a little bit of glitter I've got to get off my O because it's falling from my plate. Okay, so, you guys can see that I don't have very much paint on here at all, okay? A little bit of paint on my brush, and then I'm gonna do what's called offloading over here. So you can see that I start just another pile right here, and I hardly have any paint on my brush whenever I go to do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just start swirling over this. And that's, let me see if I can prop this up so you guys can kind of see. Hey, from Texas, hey Tammy. You can see I'm just kind of going lightly over this wood. This side has not been sealed, just so you know. So it will look like the interchangeable home sign O. The snowflake instead of the O. Okay, I'm gonna trust you guys. Usually whenever I trust you guys, things turn out really cool. So I've done that a few times here in the last few lives, and it's been really fun. Yes, I do remember the truck, Cindy. It did turn out really well. It turned out, that's probably one of my favorite signs in the shop right now. So I do trust you guys. So you can see I'm just kind of swirling this. Too Blue from Apple Barrel. Thank you, Dana, for putting that in there. But whenever I go back to pick up more paint, you guys, I'm not going back over here. I'm going to the pile that I offloaded. Just remember that. So keep pulling from that offload pile until you don't have any more paint there to pull. So it's just a good tip. And I'm gonna go ahead and get this stenciled so we can figure out that O that you guys are so excited about. I need to offload more. Marcia, I have people message me all the time asking what they're doing wrong. Sometimes they send me pictures. And, you know, I'm not going to tell you that I don't have some bleeding. Sometimes I do. Sometimes, especially whenever I'm painting kind of upside down. But that's okay. Just remember to offload and not use very much paint. No matter no matter what you're using, if you have too much paint on your makeup wedge, if you have too much paint on your roller, you have too much paint on your brush, you're gonna have some bleeding and it's gonna turn out really messy. So those are my best tip is to tell you that, to offload, 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 and then also to make sure that you're just taking your time. So sometimes we get in a rush and we think that we have to go quickly. Yes, the stencils are like a Mylar stencil. They are very durable. I've had some of my stencils for over 2 years now, I think. So, oh, you know what, Susan? I thought about making the snowman face on that. Oh, totally thought about doing that. You want? Okay, I can do that. Bucky's showing me comments, you guys. So he is the helper. So you guys want to see how the roller works? I'll show you the roller. Hang on a second. Let me do this S, and I'll do my last letter with the roller. We'll do that. Less is better. Yes. And you guys can see I'm not going to use nearly, I mean, I poured way too much paint out. No, there's no adhesive on here. I taped these down, and I have used the spray adhesive. I think there may be some other girls that have done videos maybe that have used the spray adhesive. I haven't ever been brave enough to try it, to stick my stencils down. I clean mine with the disinfectant wipes, and I'll show you how easy they clean. I try to clean them after I've used them. I try not to let them set and let the paint get, you know, hardened on there or dried on there for very long. So you've been wanting to try the roller, you guys. I like the roller. I try to use the brushes whenever I have kind of a medium-sized stencil like this. I consider these letters kind of medium size. I really like using the roller on the vertical porch boards. If you're doing classes, I think that the roller is easier for people to use as well if you're gonna hold some classes yourself. When is Bucky gonna stencil again? I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. I don't know when he's gonna stencil again, and he's not saying anything.
I could do the next evening one.
Oh, he says he can do the next evening one. He might stencil on the next time that we go live at night. You guys like it whenever he stenciled. If you weren't on here that night, you guys, he stenciled for the first time ever on here. And I watched him, you know, I instructed him, and we used all three types of techniques. So he used the brush, he used the roller, and he used the makeup wedge. And his favorite was the brush. He liked using the brushes the best. So I've kind of done that light. I've kind of done a light coat. And I do tell people, if you're using the brush, always start with a little bit, and you can always go back over it. If you want to make it darker, you can make it darker. Bucky could stencil and glitter. Yeah, he could. He could. What a trooper. Yeah, Bucky's good at that stuff. He actually is really good at art, to be honest. So he's good at drawing, and he's good at a lot of things. He's a good cook most of the time. He's a good cook.
I get carried away with some stuff, though.
He won the Betty Homemaker Award at school. Or Betty Crocker Award.
Betty Crocker.
Betty Crocker Award in home ec or something. So, yeah. He's kind of a jack of all trades. He does a lot of stuff. So if you are going to be setting your brush down, you know, for a little bit, and you're not going to be using it, I always try to keep a little glass of water handy to set it down in, and just soak it and just keep it wet. So that's always a tip too, to tell you that. And then I also would tell you that I have seen, so like, let me find it. I'm sorry. This, like, so I haven't cleaned these yet, and I have seen where people take and lay down a disinfectant wipe, and this is what I use, and you can cover your stencil with it and just lay it on there. That way it kind of keeps it that it's not drying on there, and you just kind of press it down on top of that. So that's a trick. So then whenever you come back to wipe it off later, it's already just damp and kind of ready to get wiped off. So that's a good tip. Yeah, that blue, I really like that blue too. So this is the roller. I'm going to show you. We'll do the W with the roller. And I have almost forgotten that we are giving away 3 stencils. 3 lucky people are going to win a stencil set of Essential Stencils Choice. So remember that, and stick around, stay on. If you know some people that aren't on here, share with them or tag them and get them on, because we are giving away some stencils tonight. I just wanted to tell you that, and I always forget. I don't put it in my my heading. I didn't put it in there again tonight. And usually somebody asks me, are you giving away anything? And so, yes, the answer is yes. We are giving away 3 lucky winners will win a stencil set of Essential Stencils Choice. So, thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. And if you are on here, you guys know that my husband picks the winners. So, watch. He'll be watching the comments. He picks the winners. We always like to joke that people can kiss his butt if they would like to win. I'm going to go ahead and show you this roller. My apron has glitter. I know. I've got glitter all over me. So this is the roller that I'm using. I got this one at Hobby Lobby, and I got the other one. I got this one, I think, at Lowe's. So they're just a dense roller. So will this live be one we can rewatch? Yes, all of our lives are, I share them on our Miller's Rustic Sawmill page, so they're usually over there too. And then they're also on Essential Stencils page. So Mary, you know, it just takes practice. I know sometimes I feel like you guys think I make it look easy, but it just, you know, if you go back and rewatch this video and think about, you know, just getting your stuff out and sitting down and trying it with one of us who are doing the videos on Essential Stencils page, you can always come back, sit down, take a breather, and just try it. So I also tell people, like, I have down this brown craft paper. If you are terrified of stenciling on a nice board that you have ready, go to the brown paper bag, go to a newspaper, go to a scrap piece, and practice on it before you do it. Practice, practice, practice. And yeah, Eric, I'm glad that you're on. Yes, so this is the roller. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys this technique before my paint dries out of it. So same thing, I just kind of cleaned this up, and I just kind of got some paint on my roller. I may need a little bit more, but this takes practice. Don't be scared of the roller. The roller works amazing. So I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna roll over this W. It's gonna give it a little bit of a different look than the brush does, but I think it's gonna be just fine. I'm gonna be careful not to go up on my other stencil above it, because I don't wanna roll that up there yet, because we haven't decided what we're doing with the O. But you can see that this moves a little bit quickly with the roller. And that's why I tell you if you are somebody who is considering ordering some stencils for some porch board classes or to have parties with, the roller, I think, is fairly simple to pick up. It's also maybe, a little bit easier to have the control of, and I think it goes a little faster. So could you do the roller sometime? That's what I have right now. So the roller, I will have to show you guys just the plain roller sometime. I have some videos on there, and I'm gonna try to, like, sometimes there's some little spaces like right here that you just kind of have to play around with your roller to get it to go the right way so that it's, you know, it'll fill it in. So that is how simple the roller is. The roller is very easy. I like the roller. It does look so smooth. Yes, you could tape around. Like, I didn't tape all around this. I got a little bit of blue on my board. It may or may not wipe off. I can sand it off. I haven't sealed this side. If it really bothers me, I could sand it off. So does the roller get in the smaller lines better? I don't know if I would say better. I like to use the makeup sponges for the smaller spaces sometimes, you guys. Those little, like tonight, whenever I did this stencil, I used my makeup sponge on this whole thing. And it just takes some time getting into those little spaces. But I don't really use the roller on the smaller stencils. I like to use the makeup wedges. And I know I've showed you guys this tip before. Let me find it. So this was the one that I used tonight. This is really a cool tip. I like to show this for those of you that have never seen it. But this is the end that I use here. And you can always just cut this end off. And then you have another clean end for stenciling with another color. So you can keep cutting it off and keep cutting it off. And those makeup wedges will go a long way. So that's another good tip. Like if you're doing a party and you want to, you don't want to clean a whole bunch of brushes, but maybe you want to get out some fun colors and you're going to use a lot of colors. These are really great for that because they're cheap, number one. Number two, you can keep cutting them off. So yeah, I know this is a really good tip. So I am to the O. You guys, I'm going to hold this up so you can see the difference. You can kind of see the difference. I've got a little bit of glitter on my W, but you can see that my brush didn't cover as much as the roller. So I think I'm going to just go back over these with my roller so that they kind of all look even because I will sell this sign in my shop. So you're on here. We might as well do it tonight. So I'm going to just show you. I'm going to use the roller. And yeah, I feel like I show a lot of these tips every single time. But I know that there are always new people on here. So not telling those tips. So if you've heard them a million times, I'm sorry. But they're good stuff to share. So we got to help each other out. And somebody just said that they have been using the premium makeup wedges. Now, I gotta tell you, I did not think, I hadn't tried any other makeup wedges, but I have to tell you that the other night I had some ladies in here and we were using the makeup wedges like I always get from Dollar General. And some of them, this lady was really struggling and I thought it was her. And I picked up her makeup wedge and I was like, this makeup wedge is junk. So it does make a little bit of a difference. If you're struggling with a makeup wedge, I would tell you to grab another one and try another one, maybe out of the same pack, because that's exactly what we did. But I was laughing because someone said, you tell yourself that you're going to sell that sign, and she said she would be keeping it. She would keep all of them for herself. That's funny. What's funny is I don't think we have one of our signs in our home.
We don't.
None. We don't have any there. We live out in the country, number one. So, I mean, nobody would ever see our porch sign because our house is tucked away in the woods. But I guess people that come to our house would see it. But anyway, the roller, I got this roller at this one at Hobby Lobby, you guys. You can get a roller at Hobby Lobby. I got a different one at Lowe's, and it's just a heavy, dense foam roller. So you can check that out. I really like the roller. It's usually my go-to for any of the larger stencils. Tonight I started with the brush, and then you guys wanted to see me use the roller. The roller works really, really well. Just remember, not a lot of paint, not a lot of paint, not a lot of paint. So I have so far, so you guys think I need to just pull that letter O and use just a snowflake with nothing?
The big snowflake with glitter.
So I'm going to tell you what my plan was, and then we can decide. So I'm not going to veto your plan, but we're going to decide this together. So I was going to, my plan was to stencil this, go ahead and stencil this all blue. And then I was going to layer the snowflake over the middle of the O and do it white. And then I was going to glitter it white over the O. So that was my idea. I was planning to make the white snowflake pop over the blue. That was my plan. So yes, it will be beautiful. And I'm not sure that I'm just not sure that the snowflake is big enough to just use the snowflake. I think it might look weird. So someone is asking what the wood is that I'm using. The wood is walnut. So what's weird about this piece that I'm using tonight, and you'll see whenever I take these letters off, this side is dark and this side is lighter. So, but it's all walnut. So yes, I like your plan. I know, you guys, I like the idea of just using a snowflake, but I think that the snowflake is a little bit too small for that. So layer, they like it. They like my idea. Yay! I like you. I like that you like my idea. That's good. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to do that. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to roll the paint off of, and I'm going to use my roller since I've got my roller and I've got paint on it. So I'm going to go ahead and roll some paint out here. And then we will layer the stencil with a snowflake. So I'm going to go ahead and roll that. And then I will put the snowflake in the middle with white. And then we'll do glitter. I like your idea of the snowflake over the blue. Okay, good. Good. They like my idea. I'm okay with that. That's good. I think that I like the idea of the O being just a snowflake if it were bigger. I think that those snowflakes that I'm going to be using, they're out of the Let It Snow set. And I think that they would be just a little bit too small. So you can see how easy I just rolled that on there. And it went on really easy. Folks, don't forget if you want. Thank you, Grace, for putting that in there. I didn't know if it was in there or not. I can't read all of the comments going through. Forget, if you want to get notifications for whenever we go live, you're going to want to get it via text. So you're going to want to text live to that number that Grace just put in there, and then you'll get notified on your phone. So I'm going to have to let that dry for just a minute. It won't take very long for it to dry, but I'm going to go ahead and show you. Someone said, you make me want to go out and cut my walnut tree down. Oh, it's pretty, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take this off. And don't forget that we are blessed to be able to give away 3 different winners. Will win some stencils tonight too. So while this is drying, I'm going to show you how these clean. So you can see how easy it is for them to clean. And they just wipe off. So I just pulled that off of there, and you can see how cute that is. And I know it's backwards, so I'm sorry it's backwards, but the blue is a really pretty color. So that is, it is called Too Blue, T-O-O Blue, and it's Apple Barrel brand. So that is super pretty. And I think it's going to be pretty if I put that snowflake right over that. So while that's just sitting for a minute, I'm going to scoot it off to the side, and I'm going to show you guys. We'll just pull the tape off of here. This craft table is a mess. That's what happens whenever you get crafty. So I'm going to take these disinfectant wipes. Got 3 new sets today from the pre-order. I have seen all of the pre-order sets, you guys. And yeah, there's some awesome ones. There's also going to be some very exclusive stencils in the Stencil of the Month Club. So if you haven't checked that out, they are not going to be for sale anywhere on the page. You have to be in the club to get those. So you're going to want to check those out too. Just like the bonus stencils that we got. I was going to use a bonus stencil tonight, but then I realized that you guys wouldn't be able to get that. So there, I just wiped that off. And it just wiped off with a disinfectant wipe. So that's how easy that is. Are you adding glitter to the snowflake? Yes, I'm going to add glitter to the snowflake. That's my plan. Did we come unplugged?
Yep.
Oh, really?
It was like that at the beginning.
Yep, I didn't even notice.
Oh, my computer was unplugged. Is it gonna die? No? Okay. What's the word on the tags? Oh my goodness.
Abby, answer a question real quick. Abby, you don't get in trouble watching lives if you just call in sick and stay home.
Oh,
She asked how to watch lives at work without getting in trouble. You just call in
you
sick.
just told her to call in sick? You told her to call in sick.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Well, she won't get in trouble at work.
If she calls in sick?
Yeah, for watching live videos anyway.
So if our guys are watching this tonight and they see that you said that, they can say they were just watching live videos?
No, one of them.
No.
Yes, he can't.
No. Probably not a good idea. But I think it's funny. I think it's funny that you're trying to watch videos at work. You could always put in some earplugs, you know, and mute the video, or I don't know. I don't know. You can always watch the replay. I know it's not as much fun. It is more fun. Bucky is not helping me stencil, but he is picking the winners. He's watching the comments, and he's able to reply sometimes more to the comments. Troublemaker Bucky. That's right. Hey, great idea. Now she says she needs an excuse. It's like school. Like, we can't send you an excuse, Abby. We can't write you a hall pass. I mean, you know, they could message us or something on Facebook, but I don't think they're going to try to say that it's okay because we said so. Now, that would be something.
Be like Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah. If she gets caught, she will have more time to stencil. Now, that's true. Yeah, but she won't have any money to buy the stencils if she gets caught. Yeah, he is trying to get her in trouble. Abby, don't listen. Don't
you just
listen.
have to sell more signs.
Just act like you're listening to music on headphones and then...
Yeah, that's what I said. I said she could just put in headphones. Bucky is the man. Now our workers, if they're watching tonight, they're going to call in sick tomorrow. And they're going to say, hey.
They had enough of me today. They're not watching.
Oh, see? Now they want excuses. Yes, he can write excuses. We're going to charge like $50 for those excuses.
Send your email link. I'll send it.
She will have to come to work for Bucky. Oh man. No, then she could not call in sick because she would get fired.
My sister is a doctor, just saying.
Yeah, we could get his sister's doctor's notes, I guess. We could
Mail them out.
we could mail those out. That wouldn't get us in any trouble, would it? Not at all. I hope your sister's not watching. Oh, Lori, you said, oh, you know what? That is a good thing to talk about. Is if you have this wood, whenever you seal it, so this side has been sealed and it darkens it. So the black can sometimes be hard to see. The darker colors are kind of hard to see. Stuff like that. So whenever if you get any of these pieces or whatever it is you're stenciling on, you just might think about that whenever you're getting ready to stencil. I will show you what I do. I usually take the caps off of my paint. I shake them up. Grace, thanks for hopping on. I'm glad that you were on tonight. Thank you. I take the lids off and I usually will just kind of set them down and look at them and compare them and then decide which color I want to go with. And I like to do it that way. I like to take the tops off and check them out that way. So that's something, that's just a little bit of, sometimes I'll have a board and it won't have anything on it. And I will have 2 or 3 of my lids sitting right out here. And I'm just kind of eyeballing them to see what I think. So that's just something to consider. Yes, Grace. Grace has been great at helping us get organized for the Essential Stencil stuff. So it's been really nice to know what days I'm going to go live, what times I'm going to go live, instead of, just never, it was kind of random. So now you guys can follow us on the days that you want to follow us and the days at work too. So that is super helpful. So this snowflake stencil right here came in this Let It Snow packet. So if you don't have this one, this is a great one to have too. It's for the 4-foot porch board. And this is like a bonus stencil in there. So I am actually using acrylic paints, and that is mostly what I use, is mostly acrylic paint. Sometimes I use some chalk paints. I like the Waverly chalk paints. I get those at Walmart. So sometimes I use those. They have some really pretty colors. So anyway, I am gonna pick one of these snowflakes. Not sure, I think I'm gonna pick the largest one because it fits on the O really well. And I'm going to stencil it with the makeup wedge so you guys can see that. And somebody asked earlier if I use spray adhesive. I just use tape. Typically I have painter's tape. Our Dollar General didn't have painter's tape the other day whenever I went, so I got this masking tape. I'm not really a fan. It's not the best. So I would recommend, if you were buying some tape for your stencils, to get painter's tape. It works really well. So, ooh, you have no Christmas stencils, Laura. Well, I showed earlier that, if you don't have any of the Christmas stencils, you can always also get the alphabet. I used the small 3.5-inch alphabet letters tonight for the word snow. They are a really good size. They are smaller, and you guys, they are just they're a good set to have. They're very versatile. If you are somebody who is starting a business or you are making signs to sell, these are something that they're very versatile. You can do last names, you can do different words other than just the vertical sets that Essential Stencil makes. So keep that in mind. That's what I used for the word snow. And then the snowflake I'm using, I'm going to use some white. And it's not going to take very much because the snowflake doesn't have very many openings in it. So I'm just using this plain apple barrel. It's just white. It says white. And I'm not going to need very much paint. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use a makeup wedge So I messed up my glitter, so I'm excited to see how you do this. So one time I actually glittered right over my stencil. I don't really recommend doing that. I've done that a few times and it doesn't clean up so well. So keep that in mind. I typically will take and do the stencil, and then I take Mod Podge and I will glitter over the paint after I have stenciled it. So that's just a helpful tip. Will you post a link to stencils? The link, Marcia, is actually posted at the top of my video, and you can order if you guys are wanting to order. If you've not ever ordered before, I have a link there that you can click on and you can save 10% on what you're ordering. So keep that in mind. And then if you are, if you get to the end and you're putting in a code, the code is MRS2019. And that will save you 10% on your order. And also you can also save on the Stencil of the Month Club. If you are going to be joining the Stencil of the Month Club, you can save on that as well by using my code MRS2019. The masking tape is not super sticky. I like the blue tape better. It works better, I think. So this doesn't seem to hold it as well, especially on this wood. You just answered a question to the 3.5 stencils. Oh, wow. Well, good. The alphabet, if you have the big one or the small one, either one, they're just a good staple to have. They're a good set to start with. The welcome vertical is also a good stencil to start with. Those are questions I get asked by a lot of people. And they'll sometimes say, if I could only choose one stencil, what would it be? And I think that my very first stencil was it the Merry Christmas?
I think it was the porch sign.
I think it was the vertical Merry Christmas and the welcome. So those were probably the first two, and I think probably the alphabet. I think I started with the alphabet stencil too. So I have not tried the glitter paint. Someone said something about that before, and I have not tried the glitter paint.
You should try mixing it with your glitter.
Mixing glitter? I don't want to.
Would that work?
I don't want to get the glitter all over my stencil.
Okay.
So I'm kind of anal about that. I could mix the glitter in here, but then it's going to be all over my stencil probably. So I don't know what the glitter paint is. I haven't tried that. On the vertical signs, do you prefer to paint or stain the wood? I typically leave the wood natural most of the time. Our porch boards, I think, are usually natural. I don't even stain them hardly ever. I think I did my first ones. But I think from there on out, I mostly leave them the natural color of the wood, and then I do a color on them or something. So that's just, that's kind of how I do it. I have stained some of them. I've stained some of them dark.
I like the stained ones.
Yeah, the stained ones are pretty. They turn out really pretty. So I've done both. I haven't done a lot of painted ones, actually. I can't say that I've done, I think the painted ones that I've done have been like Chiefs or Royals, like team ones most of the time. So what would I seal it with, you guys? I use this right here. Thompson's water sealer is typically what I use. So that is usually what I seal stuff with. You can get it in a spray can too, I think. So yeah, I'm not sure about the glitter paint, you guys. It's something I'm not opposed to trying. I just typically like to glitter stuff after I've already stenciled it, just so I don't get the glitter all over my stencils. I'm weird like that. You can buy stain and tint it. Yes, you can. Also, you can do some color washing. You know, I've showed that on one of my lives before, where I color washed with a little bit of color and water on my wood, and it kind of just stains it that way anyway without actually buying stains. So yeah, Deborah, you're talking about whitewashing. You can whitewash or you can color wash. So it's just mixing your paint like you did whenever you were a kid, like watercolors. You just mix, you brush it on, and it kind of stains the wood either white or it stains it.
There's a flag.
Yeah.
Whitewash.
So this has been whitewashed here. You can see this is kind of whitewashed. I did some whitewashing. This is a King City Wildcat flag that we did. So this is our mascot. But that's just kind of how the whitewashing looks. And I think I may have used some purple and water on this too. I'm not quite sure, but maybe. So thank you. So this is what, it's just another way to get the look of stain without having to buy the stain. If you've got some paints, it just takes a little bit of paint and a little bit of water. This is how my snowflake turned out. So I think that looks super cute. And I think if I would have left the O off of there, it might have looked a little bit odd. I like the idea, but I think it was maybe not quite big enough to do that with. I think if I would have maybe drawn an outline and done a little bit of work to it, I think it would have been okay. So I have white glitter that is just this iridescent, and I think I'm gonna use that on it. Just because my other side has a little bit of glitter on it too, why not? I could leave it plain. We'll just see for a second. What do you guys think? Do you think I should just leave it? Or do you think I should glitter it? I'm gonna ask you guys. Because I'm not sure if I wanna add glitter to it actually. I kind of like the clean look of it. So yeah, the snowflake is out of the Let It Snow set. And there's all kinds of cute little snowflakes in there. If the board were bigger, I could just, you know, go ahead and add these in different places all over it. But I decided to use it with my alphabet stencil. And then since I had the Let It Snow, I had the snowflakes. I just added that onto the O and layered it. So someone's saying glitter it. How many of you think I should glitter it? If you think I should glitter this, thank you, Jan. So creative. Glitter, yes. Okay, there's some glitters. If you think that the glitter's a good idea, let me see some hearts. We'll do it that way. How about some hearts if you think that we should glitter this? Just the snowflake. I'm gonna glitter the snowflake, I think. There's some likes. I see some hearts. I would leave it. Ooh, just a touch on the ends of the snowflakes. I like that idea. It looks fantastic as it is. No glitter, looks more country. That's a good point. That's a good point. You guys, now I've created a dilemma. I think we're split. Yes, the Thompson's water sealer can be used inside or outside. So I use that a lot. I use it on a lot of things. So, but it's really good for outdoor for sure. Oh, Mary, I'm glad that you found us too. Like it without glitter. Yes, I will seal it. It is a tough decision, Crystal. And then I ask you guys, and it's like you guys are split. I'm not quite sure. Oh, make another sign with glitter, but keep the one without. I like that idea.
You could seal that one too, to watch it pop.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can show you guys. Glitter will make it stand out. Phyllis, most of the paint that I use is acrylic, and I see your last name is the same as my maiden name. Phyllis, it's Wilkinson. That is my maiden name. Agree. Grace, Grace, what do you agree with? I'm looking for your guidance here. I don't know what Pat said. You're going to have to tell me. I know she said, I don't know what she said. I think maybe, did Pat say make another one? I don't know, but I think, glitter. I don't know what.
You got glitter on the other side, so
I do
leave
have,
this one.
Bucky is saying no glitter. He's saying to leave it. So, glitter isn't needed. Yeah, I know. I just want to see how to glitter, Joanne said. Oh, and Abby said let Bucky decide. Well, of course you would say that because
Glitter the diamonds.
he told you to skip work. So I don't mind the idea of a little bit of glitter on the ends. So we'll try that. And somebody wants to see me glitter. So we will, let me find my brush. Maybe right here. Okay. So I will take a little bit of this and we will just do the ends. How about that? Like it without the glitter. Someone though, so here's what I'm on for. I'm on to show you guys stuff. So I agree. I think it looks great. But I also think it'll look just fine with a little bit of glitter. So we're just gonna do the very tips out here. If I can get my brush softened back up. I think it kind of hardened. So we'll do a little bit of glitter out here just on the very, very ends. And that way you can see, whoever said that they wanted to see how to do the glitter, I'm just taking a little brush and then I'm just putting a little bit of the Mod Podge over the part that I want to glitter, where I want it to stick. Me too, do the glitter. Whoops.
Whoops.
I just dripped it because I got too much. So something that I will tell you if you're glittering, obviously you would want to lay your board flat, would probably be a good tip. But also if you are glittering a very big area, you want to make sure you get enough Mod Podge on there so that it doesn't dry before you start shaking the glitter. So there's that. And I've got this iridescent glitter. And I will use that and I will shake a little bit on there. And we'll have a little bit of glitter on the very ends. And we'll do a compromise. And that's how I do it. So you can kind of see just very, very subtle on the very ends. And that's it. No other glitter on there. Maybe dab the center too, someone said. Now that might be a good idea. It does look a little bit odd. Okay. Maybe right here in the middle. How about that? We'll do that. And we'll shake a little bit more on. It doesn't take much. There. That looks good. That turned out good. So, now if I wanted to seal this with the glitter on it, my way that I do it is I would want to spray that glitter. I don't want to brush it because I don't want it to brush off. And I don't want it to get in my brush. I would spray it with a spray sealer like Mod Podge. Yeah, I think that the middle turned out really good. And Bucky's gonna grab that for me. So I can show you guys. This is what I typically will spray over anything that I've glittered. The rest of the board, if I want to brush on the Thompson's water sealer, I have some here I'll show you. Yeah, it turned out really good, you guys. The little bit of glitter looks fine. It looks good. So this is what I would spray over the glitter part. The rest of it I'm going to show you. So I've just got this nasty old chip brush right here that I can put the sealer on with. This side does not have the sealer on it. And you can see it's going to darken my paint a little bit whenever I do that. Not a lot, but a little bit. And it just will pop the grain on the wood. So I'm not going to do the O. I'm going to go around it as close to it as I can. But you can see how that's changing the wood. Patsy, you can do this. You can totally do it just like that. There is no reason that you can't. Get your stencils out, turn on the video, and just go for it. So.
And Tompkins has spray too.
Yeah, Thompson's water sealer this is what I'm brushing on just because we have a big jug of it. I like to brush it on. I just feel like I can have a little bit better control over sometimes what I'm covering. So I do like to do that, but definitely they do have a spray. So if you want to use it for the glitter, you can also get the Thompson's water sealer that is a glitter. So for those of you that follow us, the project pieces like I'm using here, I am working on the project pieces. I'm working on putting some online that are finished to sell, but you could totally make this yourself. And yeah, it turned out really pretty. So this is the part that I'm gonna spray. So I'm gonna kind of go over, not the glitter, but I will end up spraying that part, but I'm gonna let that glitter sit on there for a little bit and dry before I spray it. And this is what I will spray it with. Kim, I think it'll probably dry, it's dry to the touch, like to transport it within maybe 15 minutes or so. Typically 15 to 25 minutes, I would say, if like you're doing a party and you seal something with this, it would be okay to go in a car within that time frame, I would say. I sealed the side earlier, and whenever we came back, it was about an hour and a half. And I did a little bit of wipe down just to wipe off some of it that looked like it hadn't dried. I just kind of wiped it in. So, yes, you do not want to brush the glitter because it will just get in your brush and it'll go everywhere. So, if you have not followed our business is Miller's Rustic Sawmill. And I am working on being able to ship some of the wood tags too. So I'm super close to that. Some of you asked about that earlier, I think. So, excuse me. If you are on the fence or if you're wondering about the wooden tags, I actually did a little bit of legwork on that today. So I'm close to being able to put them on our site so that we can ship those out too. I've got to get some sizes and dimensions and stuff like that. So, but our project pieces, they are on our page. And if you have questions about our business, you can ask me on our page over there at Miller's Rustic Sawmill. Essential Stencil has been so gracious to let us come on their page and let us do what we do. And we have gained a lot of followers that way, and we have grown our business as well. So anytime that I'm on here, I do try to talk about business stuff or answer questions when people ask me. If you're ordering stencils and you're trying to make a go of it with your business, let me know. I would encourage you to just get your stuff out and keep trying and keep working at it and practice and practice. Brittany, I do one coat of the Thompson's water sealer.
Somebody's asking what are wood tags.
So the wooden tags that I'm talking about, I've done some of the stencils on those before. So we've got a couple different sizes. These fit the Essential Stencil tags. So we have cut those to fit the tags that Essential Stencil makes in their stencils. So that is the size of that that will work for these. And I thought I had a little one over there done. Maybe I don't. I may not. But this is the larger size, and these are all reversible. So you can do both sides. You could do a big and a little together, and you could hang them. You know, no, maybe I don't have one.
I don't think so.
I don't have one painted.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think you just have those bigger ones.
So yes, these I'm working on a box of both sizes that we can ship out. And they are all kiln dried. They are cut and dried at our sawmill. They are thicker than your average MDF tags or plywood tags, I guess is what you would call them. And they just got a little bit of thickness to them, so they're a little bit chunkier. Like this one would actually probably stand on its own if you wanted to stand it somewhere. But anyway, that's something that I did that too. So that one is a cute one. That's the one that I used on the back of my sign tonight. I love that stencil set. If you don't have that nativity set, I think that set's like $10 and something. So it's a cheaper 3 6x6 set on their page. We don't have these listed on our page yet, Gwen. I have been working on boxing and shipping and sizes and all of that stuff. So these tags are probably, how thick are they,
They're
Bucky?
3/4.
3/4 of an inch thick. That's how thick they are. So the small ones do fit the essential stencil tags. So yeah, we cut those purposely just for the essential stencils. So I would have those that fit.
The small tags are 1/2 inch, I think.
The small tags are 1/2 inch thick, I guess, and the large ones are 3/4 of an inch thick. So I keep coughing. I'm so sorry, but I have taken some of these and you know, you just run ribbon through them. They're cute in a wreath. They're cute to make one for, you know, all year long, and then one for a, you know, stencil for like Christmas or whatever. They're just reversible. About everything I do here is reversible, so I try to show you guys a lot of that. And this tag is just really, it's just naturally pretty. It's a piece of pine, so it's got a little bit of blue in it. It's like blue stained pine, and it's just really pretty. So the nativity stencils are one of the things I used tonight. I was going to show you guys before we pick winners. This is what I did earlier, and this is the 3-pack stencil. It's got the nativity scene. Oh, come let us adore him. And then, oh, Holy Night. I was thinking of a Holy Night. So it's got those 3 in it, and those are beautiful. That's a beautiful set. And then on this, I used the small alphabet set, which is awesome. Very versatile. Very good set to have. For those of you who are maybe just now getting into the stencils, these are all reusable, awesome stencils. And then I used the snowflake, which was in the Let It Snow vertical 4-foot porch board set. So those are the sets that I used. I'll try to post those in here tonight. I'm not always sure what I'm going to use whenever I start, so sometimes I have to wait on that. But your assistant is very knowledgeable about the wood. He is. Yeah, he might run a sawmill or something. Okay, so we have winners, and the winners are going to be announced, and they will be getting what? Okay. They will be getting a stencil from Essential Stencil, and I don't know what they're going to be, but they're going to choose. So whenever I say your name, what's going to happen from here on out, our winners are going to, I will comment your name, but I'm going to have you email, I'll put it in the link. I didn't put it in. I will put it in the comments. But I will tag your name, and then you will send an email to support@essentialstencil.com, and they will contact you. So we will have you email them if that's okay. But drum roll. Thank you so much for watching. I want to tell you guys that before I say the winners, because after I see the winners, everybody disappears. I want to tell you guys thank you for watching. Thank you for hopping on a Tuesday night and spending the evening with us. Thank you for the sweet comments, the feedback, the likes, the shares. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. We are Miller's Rustic Sawmill, and someday I will have a phone that doesn't show stuff backwards. So thank you guys. We appreciate you. We appreciate your watching. We appreciate if any of you are gonna order. For those of you who want to order some stencils, follow my link up at the top of the video and make sure that you save your 10%. There's no reason to not save your 10% if you're gonna order. So make sure that you use that link, and the code is MRS2019 if you see a place to put a code. That way you can save some money. So, okay, our winners. So my husband said to say Christy L. Brobjorg Shape.
That's what was on.
Okay. I probably just butchered your name, and I'm really sorry if I did. My husband said it's Christy L. Brobjorg Shape. Christy, if you are on here, you are a winner. Congratulations. Janet, I don't know how to say your last name. Idziak. I don't even know.
I just wanted to mess with her tonight.
Yeah, he said today is your day. Janet, it's Idziak. I know you're on here. I know you follow us too. So, Melina,
and this is
thank
a first.
you.
We gave away 3 stencils and a day off work.
Oh yeah, Abby. No, I would not call in sick to watch Essential Stencil videos. Bucky's gonna get you fired. Jana, I knew you were on here. That's awesome. And then Madeline Hill, your prayer is answered. Madeline, if you're on, you must have said that you were praying that you would win. So Madeline Hill, Janet, I don't know how to say your last name. You're going to have to spell it out and tell me how to pronounce that. And then Christy L, I think you have the longest name on here tonight.
Christy said you had it right. You said it right.
I
too.
did say it right? Well, hey, I probably did not say Janet's right. I'm pretty sure of that. Congratulations to the winners. Madeline Hill, Janet Idziak, I can't say it. And then Christy L. Brobjorg Shape. My gosh, that's a mouthful. Yeah, I think he was just messing with me tonight. Congratulations to you guys for winning. I will post your names on here, and then I will also be putting the email that I need you to shoot an email to. And Essential Stencil will contact you for your shipping information, and they will get everything taken care of on their end. But I'm here on Tuesdays. If you like what we do and you want to follow our business page, we would love that. It's Miller's Rustic Sawmill. So go follow us over there. And you can find me here on Essential Stencil. I'm also going to be in the Essential Stencil of the Month Club. So if you've not checked that out, you can also use my code to save some money on that. I'm going to be in that group. I'm going to be in there helping with some stuff. So that's going to be exciting too. So definitely, hey Madeline, you're welcome. Look, you guys, yes, congratulations to you guys that won. That's exciting. I'll be excited to know what stencils you get. So there's Bucky.
And thank you guys for watching her. She loves this.
Thank you.
Very good.
And thanks for being nice to him. Abby, I wouldn't take the day off work. That's bad advice.
It's fine.
No, I would say no. Anyway, I will be back here Tuesday, 11 o'clock during the day. If you are at work, take your lunch break, come watch me. And if you're not, watch the replay. You can always watch the replay on Essential Stencil. Use my link to go order, save 10%. And if you have any questions about what I used tonight, I will try to send a list out to Essential Stencil as well. So maybe you can get that in your email. So thank you guys for watching tonight. I appreciate all of the hearts and the likes, and it's done. Oh, shoot. Yes, Jan, I know. We've been talking about that fireplace wood. We'll have to get that figured out. I've talked to Jan a few times on the phone, and Jan has such an Alabama Southern accent. So it's always fun talking to you, Jan. I like listening to your voice. You've got that Southern Alabama draw. Suzanne, it's good to see you. Randy Noble, it's good to see you. I'm on at 11 o'clock during the day next Tuesday. So next week it'll be during the day. It'll be a daytime live. Like instead of your soap opera, you can just turn into Essential Stencil. Kind of, I guess. It's better than a soap opera.
Unless you're homesick.
I don't even know if soap operas are on anymore.
Oh, yeah, they are.
I don't even know. Maybe they are. I couldn't tell you. I'm not watching TV at 11 o'clock during the day, I guess. But All right, you guys have a great week. Watch the other girls. They're going to be on this week too. I know that there's several other girls going live this week on the Essential Stencil, and they do a great job. So thanks for hanging out with us tonight, and we will see you next week, hopefully. Have a good week.